Luis Diaz asks Liverpool to accept Bayern's new offer ahead of £65 million. Luis Diaz urges Liverpool to accept Bayern's upcoming offer as winger eyes Anfield exit. Luis Diaz appears ready to draw a line under his Liverpool chapter this summer, with reports suggesting he's personally urged the club to consider an incoming offer from Bayern Munich. The Colombian winger, who has already been on the radar of both Bayern Munich and Barcelona during this transfer window, now seems more open than ever to a fresh challenge, prompting Liverpool to reconsider their previously firm stance that their No.7 was off the market. The player's desire to secure a move abroad, driven in part by financial motivations, is reportedly influencing the club's position. According to German outlet Bild, Liverpool are now open to negotiating after initially rejecting Bayern's €67 million, £58 million bid earlier this month. The Bundesliga giants are understood to be preparing an improved proposal in the region of €75 million, £65 million to strengthen their chances of landing the 28-year-old, adding further weight to the story. Colombian journalist Pipe Sierra, an established source close to Diaz's camp, revealed that the player has formally requested Liverpool to consider selling him if the club no longer intends to renew his contract, a promise allegedly made earlier this year. Posting on social platform X, Sierra wrote, "The Colombian winger wants to improve his terms and sees this move to Germany as a great opportunity, though the latest offer still falls short of the €80 million. Figure referenced in reports from Spain alleged to be part of an informal agreement between Diaz and Liverpool. It would still mark a lucrative return for the Merseyside club. Diaz arrived from FC Porto in 2022 for around £50 million. And this deal would not only deliver a solid profit, but also help the club stay within the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules (PSR). However, Liverpool must weigh the financial benefit against the sporting risk. Diaz was a cornerstone of Arne Slot's squad last season, featuring in 50 matches, starting 38, and registering 17 goals and 5 assists. Only 6 players logged more minutes than the winger, underlining his importance to the team's attacking dynamic, given the uncertainty surrounding other forwards. Diogo Jota's injury setbacks, Darwin Nunez's potential exit, and speculation around Federico Chiesa selling Diaz could leave the Reds perilously thin in attack. Slot would certainly need a replacement lined up, and names like Rodrigo Real Madrid and Malik Fofana, Lyon, have already been floated as potential successors. There is also increasing chatter that Liverpool could make an ambitious move for Newcastle striker Alexander Isak, particularly with the imminent arrival of Hugo Ekitike from Eintracht Frankfurt. The 22-year-old Frenchman, reportedly costing £79 million, is expected to be Liverpool's 7th signing of what is shaping up to be a historic transfer window. Still, even with Ekitike on board, letting go of Diaz would represent a major reshuffle of the forward line. As it stands, the summer window for Liverpool is far from over, and Luis Diaz may be the next high-profile departure if Bayern Munich get their way. Wissa walks out of Brentford camp amid Newcastle pursuit and Liverpool's Isak interest. Brentford forward Yoane Wissa has temporarily left the club's preseason training base as transfer speculation intensifies, particularly with Newcastle United pushing for his signature. The 28-year-old's future remains uncertain after interest from multiple Premier League clubs, including Tottenham and Nottingham Forest, while Newcastle had an initial offer rejected. Wissa, who finished last season with an impressive 19 goals in the Premier League, is said to be unsettled by the ongoing transfer noise. His absence from Brentford's training camp comes at a time when Liverpool's pursuit of Newcastle striker Alexander Isak is also making headlines, suggesting a domino effect in the forward market. Having flown back to London, Wissa is expected to hold face-to-face discussions with Brentford's director of football, Phil Giles. The Drive Congo international is reportedly eager to secure a move that offers him Champions League football, a prospect Newcastle and Spurs can provide. Forest, who are also in the race, may only offer Europa League action, which could weaken their hand in negotiations. Brentford are believed to have turned down a $34 million bid from Newcastle, with Forest reportedly seeing a similar bid rejected earlier this summer. Wissa's current contract runs down in less than a year, which could put Brentford in a challenging position if the player continues to push for an exit. From a financial standpoint, Brentford isn't under immediate pressure to sell, particularly following Brian Mbeumo's confirmed transfer to Manchester United earlier this week. However, from a squad management perspective, the club faces a delicate balancing act. Losing too many core members in one window: Mbeumo, manager Thomas Frank, and captain Christian Nørgaard already. Departing could be disruptive. Wissa's potential arrival at Newcastle would add serious firepower and depth to Eddie Howe's squad as the Magpies prepare for a demanding European campaign. The Congolese forward would serve as a valuable rotational option, especially given how relentless the fixture list will be. Interestingly, Newcastle striker Alexander Isak, who finished just ahead of Wissa in last season's scoring charts, had also drawn serious attention this summer, most notably from Liverpool. However, those links appear to have cooled. Liverpool had made Isak a top target earlier in July, but after being rebuffed by Newcastle, the Reds swiftly turned their focus to Eintracht Frankfurt's Hugo Ekitike, the 23-year-old French striker. Completed his medical in London on July 22nd and is expected to head straight to China to join Arne Slot's squad on their ongoing preseason tour. Ekitike, who netted 15 times in Germany last season, is poised to sign a long-term 6-year deal with Liverpool, as Ekitike prepares to become Liverpool's marquee forward signing. It seems Isak will remain at St. James Park for the coming season. Meanwhile, Brentford must decide whether to cash in on Wissa now or risk losing him for nothing next summer, especially with the player clearly eyeing a bigger stage.
Madrid to inquire about the player's availability and terms. While the 24-year-old remains an important asset at Real, the Spanish giants are said to be open to selling him under the right conditions. Rodrigo himself is believed to be aware of Madrid's openness to a deal and is currently assessing his market options. He enjoyed a productive campaign last season, notching 14 goals and 11 assists in 54 matches, and his versatility across the front line is seen as a major asset. Though he primarily operates from the right where Mohamed Salah has ruled for years, Rodrigo is capable of filling any attacking role. Financially, however, acquiring him would not be straightforward. The Brazilian currently earns close to €10 million net per year, a figure that would place him among Liverpool's top earners. Nevertheless, with Salah nearing the twilight of his career, the Reds' hierarchy is already considering long-term successors, and Rodrigo is high on their shortlist. Diaz's situation at a critical juncture. Luis Diaz's status has changed significantly in recent weeks. Once seen as a key figure in Liverpool's plans, the Colombian is now increasingly viewed as a valuable asset who could help fund the club's reshuffle. Bayern Munich's growing confidence is not unfounded. With Diaz open to the move and Liverpool already sourcing alternatives, a deal seems closer by the day. Although Liverpool have been insistent on a valuation around €100 million, €84.5 million, Bayern are banking on that